welcome to Exploring Tarot. My name is Sandi, and I'm so happy that you have found my little corner here on YouTube. Today, we are going to do a quick unboxing of the Gaian Tarot. It just arrived today in the post, and I'm so excited because I've been looking at this tarot deck for so long. I can't remember where I first saw it, but it's been on my radar, and at first I thought, no, the artwork is not for me, but the more I've seen it, the more I've fallen in love with it. And at one point I was trying to find a Llewellyn copy of this deck, but then I just decided, no, let's just go for the Schiffer edition for the moment, and if I fall in love with this deck, then you can try and find the coveted Llewellyn edition. But who knows, maybe I will be perfectly happy with this cardstock. I will be trimming this the first chance I get. I think maybe this video will turn into an unboxing, and then at the end I will show you the finished product. So let's get into it. The box is very big and very heavy. It's, doesn't even fit into the screen. I should need to have my phone a bit higher up, but I've taken the liberty to open this wrapping a little bit beforehand. Oh, I hate this. Look, the static just clings to your fingers. And now I'm gonna have plastic all over my house forever. Alright. Trying not to bash it down on the table. Alright, so we've got a magnetic lid here. Oh, opens up and has a little bit about the creator here, who's Joanna Powell Colbert. And then we've got the famous guidebook here. I cannot wait to get into this. This guidebook is recommended by so many people. In every single video I've seen where people have talked about the best guidebooks that come with a deck, this is the one they almost all of them mention. Alright. Oh no, I should have read up on this before. Oh, I hate it when they do this, when they divide the deck up into two separate trays, and we all know why, because the deck when it's connected, or when it's all put together, always has this little like division in the deck where you can see where it's been divided in the box. Nice big sturdy box, but I mean way too big to actually keep the deck in it. The deck's definitely going to get its own pouch. So let's put the box away, and here we have the massive cards. It's like it's the size, it's like the exact size of my hand. So that means it's about the same size as my face. That's some general anatomy for you. Okay, let's take this plastic off the cards. If I can get it off. These are the backs. The backs are absolutely lovely. I think this is so gorgeous. It looks so peaceful. But yeah, I mean, take a look at that. Take a look at that. So, even with just the blue border cut off, it's going to be quite a stretch. Quite a stretch for me to... I mean, look, I can't even... I can't even grip the cards to shuffle overhand unless I were to do it like this. But I actually really dislike overhand shuffling this way. Alright, let's do a quick flip through of the cards just because I can't help myself. Right. There's this gilding that's, I mean, I'm really not too fussed about losing the gilding, to be honest, because I really prefer a matte gilding, if anything. So even if these kind of shiny gildings just tend to get chipped really quickly, and they are very sharp on the hands, and since I can't shuffle this in any way, shape or form without actually trimming it, and I mean, now I see what people have been complaining about. Really, it's so wonky. Like you can see that the blue edge on this side is so much thinner than the blue edge on this side, unless it's just an optical illusion. But let's put our minds at ease. Sorry for the scramble noise. So we've got 5mm on this side. Right, so it's 6mm on the other side. It's not a lot, but 5mm and 6mm. So we've got 6mm here, 5mm here. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's enough to actually be noticeable. So the problem is here now then, whether, like, how I will decide to actually trim this deck. I've seen trims where they've just gone as far in as they can on the white border without cutting off any of these. You see these details here that stick over the white border to make it feel a bit more like popping out of the frame. Like a tree that almost, you know, give it a bit more dimension. But I think that the size for me would be so much more easy to handle if I just didn't fuss too much about these details here and just cut it off right at where the artwork starts and then leave the titles. We'll see. We will have to see how it goes, but let's just have a quick flip through here now first. So yeah, I'm sorry. The Fool, or the Seeker here in this case, is just really really pretty. Let's zoom in so that I don't have to lift the cards up. Smarty pants. There we go. Yeah. She's so cute. She's got a little feather in her hair. I've never noticed that before. And there's this fox. I really like that she's accompanied by a fox and all of these birds. I don't know if... I think they're swallows. But maybe the guidebook will say what bird it is. Yeah, really pretty. The Magician. Really happy magician. I like him. He's raising his energy through song and music, and his, you know, really strong vibe from him. Now this is the, sorry about the clinking noises in the background. My partner is in the kitchen making dinner and sorting things out. So anyway, this is the card that I actually bought this deck for, or one of them. I really like this depiction of the woman being having more crone energy on this side and more excuse me, mother or maiden energy on this side. I promise I'm not going to go too long into each card, because it's just going to take such a long time otherwise. The gardener, very lots of abundance in this card. Love the little bunny rabbit. The builder, very romantic shirt he's got on there. He actually looks a bit like a colleague of mine. I don't know if I like that. And the teacher, he's so sweet, or she. It's a very good card because you can't really tell. But yeah, such a pretty card. I could sit and stare at this for a long time. The cardstock isn't actually that bad. I mean, it's glossy as all heck, but you know, I really don't mind it too bad. Right, the lovers. I really don't like this card too much. It's the only card, well, it's one of the very few cards in this deck that just gives me a bit of an icky feeling. I don't know why. And it's a perfectly good-looking couple. It just looks a bit like one of those cheesy 80s, 90s engagement photos. I don't know. I don't know why it just gives me such a weirdo vibe, but it does. Maybe I will get past it eventually. Oops. Yeah, that's the thing about cards that are gilded as well. They stick together. Now the canoe instead of the chariot. I'm gonna need to read the guidebook about this one because it's just it's one of the pictures I'm not too happy with. Can't explain why. Maybe the guidebook will change my mind though. It's pretty. I mean, the artwork is pretty nonetheless. The strength is just so good. I love it. I love the colors. I love the big cat. I like everything about it. And the sun behind, and the lemony skin. It's just love it. Hermit, also a good card. Gives me a bit of I don't know. I think it's because the characters, because it's almost a photorealistic, or is a photorealistic drawing. It just gives me the feeling of just this random old man putting on a velvet cloak. It's a very pretty card, and I love the owl, but this card, these images just make me so happy for some reason. The wheel, gorgeous, nothing to say about it. Love the moon phases around here. Then we've got the astrology signs as well, and Yeah, good, love. Nothing to complain about. Sticking. Justice. Now, I think I'm going to have to read about this one. It looks like he's standing here in his pajamas, first of all. But other than that, love that there's a bunch of animals here in the background, and I think that's echinacea, maybe. Yeah. Feather, heart. The tree. Yes, I do really like this one. It's an interesting image because of her clothing being like cloudy sky, and here it's like the clothing isn't clothing at all. It's just like it's painted on her body because it's like just fades into her skin. So that's really interesting. Let's have a look at it. Turn it upside down. Yeah. It's really pretty. I love the colours in that. This card I've seen several times, and I've never been able to actually see what it is until now, and now I actually see that there's a dead bird here. Before I just saw a broken boat, and I was like, okay, a broken boat, death, but now I see this dead bird here, and this eagle flying up here. Oh, this water is just insane. Temperance. Again, getting this 80s, 90s vibe from this pastel-y, like glowy colours. I think personally I would have preferred this image without the wings, but for some reason I just fancy this, my temperance without wings, which is unfortunate because most temperances has wings. So bindweed. Right. Instead of the devil. It's a very, very powerful card. I really love all of these colours. And these birds sitting up here. I wonder how I would feel if those two heads were chopped off there. This is such a beautiful card. Oh, now I actually see that this background here is birds in flight. I never noticed that before in any of the walkthroughs I've seen. Right. Lightning instead of the tower. Looks like they're falling out from the sky. What's that TV show that had a picture of that on there as their like art? The 100? Maybe? I don't know. I haven't seen that show, but it just reminded me of having seen that art on like the Netflix page. Yeah. The Star. This is one of my favorite cards. I think it's just so beautiful. The sky here is just absolutely amazing, and then how it just mirrors here in the little pool. And this little bird down here is just so lovely. Really nice. The moon. This is another one of my favorites. Just because it just gives me such moon vibes. We've got the owl and the wolf and the moon faces, and she's wearing a circlet with the triple moon on it, and it's just yes. Love this card. The sun. This is another favorite. It's one of my favorite sun cards I've ever seen. I think it just makes me so happy. Love sunflowers. Sunflowers are my favorite. So, all right. the Awakening card, or Judgment. Yeah, this part down here reminds me a lot about of the Druidcraft Judgment, actually, because there's this little boy coming out from a cave similar to this, and there's a hare sitting down here, if I don't remember wrong. And it's pretty card all round. I think these are cranes or storks. Cranes, probably. But I'm not gonna get. This is not supposed to be a deep dive. It's just a flip through with first impressions, and this Gaia card is just so pretty. I love her. Look at her. She's just so grandmotherly. I love it. Right, we're through the mages, and now we're going on to the Ace of Air. Pretty. I'm gonna say pretty for every single one, I think. Except for this. I do not like snakes. And this little gurgly thing going on here is not my cup of tea. That's all. Away with you. Ace of Water. Yeah, it's water. There's a fish. There's some little fish eggs down here. Tadpoles or whatever. Fish babies. This is my jam. Love this card. Oh, it's so pretty. It's no snake. Two there. Oh, she looks so peaceful. I love it. To the fire. It's nice. Oh no. Oh, I want that doggy. Look at him. Oh, he's so sweet. Lovely card. Oh, I know I've seen all of these before, so it's not really a first impressions. It's first impressions in real life, I suppose, but this card is just so funny. Two of Earth balancing the tasks at hand. It's pretty. Three of Air. Now this one I know deviates a bit from, this is traditionally in the art of the US, a heart with 3 swords in it, so I kind of I appreciate the swords being depicted as writing implements, though. I love that. And I do think that those are tarot cards on the shelf there. Three of Fire. She's very in her element, I feel. Looks very confident and ready for anything almost. And there's the otters. Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, look at his little bum sticking out of the water. He's laughing. No. This just gives me such cottage witch vibes. Love it. I wish I had that house, that kitchen. Okay, 4 of Air. Blue eggs in a nest. Very pretty. It's a very nice picture overall. She is so into what she's doing. I love her facial expression and the moon in the background. And I love seeing body diversity in decks. There's not enough of that. Body and age diversity, and obviously ability and sexual orientation and gender and race. It should all be included more often than it is. That's why I like this deck a lot. Or think I am going to like it a lot. 4 of water. Sitting there, looking down a well. Like it. But this card, 4 of earth. He's hoarding his nuts for the winter. I love it. The eagles for 5 of air. There seems to be some competition here. Something I would have seen more. I don't know, hang on, 5 of air. I feel like this, even though it's eagle, speaks a lot to the wands suit. What was the 5 of fire? Have we seen that yet? No, we haven't seen that yet. What's the 5 of fire? Right. I'm curious to see what the guidebook says about this. Sorry, I said this wasn't going to be a deep dive. It was just going to be a quick flick through. But this is me going through my new cards and I want to have a look. Let's have a look in the front. Does it say the elements anywhere? The suit corresponds to the 4 elements. Air, fire, water and earth. Instead of using images of swords, wands, cups and coins in the illustrations found. Right. In the suit of air, traditionally the suit of swords, I've depicted feathers, clouds, but so it is following the air as swords and fire as wands. So, but this speaks to, you know, the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, you know, 5 of wands, where they're having a little fight, doesn't it? Am I being mad? Of course I don't have a deck that's in order. Of course I don't. 8 of wands. Well, there's the 5 of swords. There we go. 5 of wands. Right. Don't you tell me. Don't you think that 5... This looks like a 5 of wands card, like a 5 of fire. Interesting. Okay. 5 of air. Let's read from the guidebook. 5 bold eagles scream and fight over territory. Once an endangered species, the 1972 ban on DDT resulted in a big comeback for eagles. In some areas, the resurgence has led to overpopulation and competition for habitat. Visitors to the wilderness may even witness eagles fighting to the death. When you get this card in a reading, you are involved in a turf battle or argument that has become quite nasty. Bitter words, gossip and slander may be thrown about. Unwelcome criticism may be given or received. Your opponents may be family members, friends, co-workers or the system. Is there a way to defend your territory without attacking others? Conflicts often generate growth, as painful as they might be. What can you learn from the present conflict about the power of words? Affirmation: I defend my own place in the world without resorting to bitterness or hurtful words. So that was 5 of air. And that, I mean, even that didn't help at all. Reading that just made me think of 5 of wands. Let's read the 5 of fire. A fire performer spits billowing flames out of his mouth. Twisted faces of gargoyles or maddened creatures form in the smoke and fire. Do they? Breathing fire can burn both the performer and his audience. It's powerful and exciting and potentially lethal. When you get this card in a reading, you are playing a dangerous game. You like being the center of attention and are tempted to dominate those around you. You may be venting your rage by letting it all out, not caring who might get burned. You may be acting all like a hothead, short-tempered and easily set off, or you may enjoy testing yourself by playing with fire. Rage and anger are often masks for that which we fear, represented by frightening faces in the smoke. We can let the circumstances of our lives harden us so that we become increasingly resentful and afraid, says the Dalai Lama, or we can let them soften us and make us kinder. We always have the choice. Affirmation: I courageously face my fears. Well, I suppose I was warned that this deck kind of puts the RWS system on its head a little bit. So I knew this was to be expected. So I suppose I am going to have to work a bit with this deck to see how we get on. Love, love, love this image. It's so pretty. It's so peaceful, so melancholic. Oh, love it. Oops. This one, I don't like how blurry it is here. I don't know why. Don't know why I started whispering either. This makes me a bit sad. Like he's run away from home and yeah. Moving on. This one is pretty but also funny, and I don't know. It's, very 90s, a little bit hippie-ish, like a collective type vibe. Don't know. Again, dance party by the fire with drums and stuff. A bit far away from my experiences, but interesting enough. Oh, this card though, so pretty, with the seal popping up his head there, and these are ladies of all ages. That's how I read it. It feels like several generations of women in a family, for example. And this lake really looks like any lake in Finland at sunset. It's really pretty. Yes, farmer's market. I'm honestly not thinking about much of the meanings here now. It just struck me when I saw the eagles. I'm just looking at the pictures now. 7 of air. Seven of fire. Oh, she looks cool. I like her. her a lot. 7 of Water. So this would be the 7 of Cups, right? But for some reason this gives me 7 of Cups energy more than this. Mm-hmm. 7 of Earth. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I suppose this works for that. Right. This card, I don't know. It's one of those ones that I'm not really too thrilled with. I don't know if it's the man with the mustache here that's just reminding me of someone or what it is. But this one is lovely. Love, love, love. 8 of Wands. 8 of Fire. This works really well. 8 of Water. It's pretty. 8 of Earth. Yeah, that works, I suppose, when you're training and working hard and learning a new instrument. That works, yeah. There's a lot of drums in this deck. A lot of, yeah. A lot of people playing drums with their hands. This, I mean, look at the colours, the sky here and the emotion on her face. I love it. I love it so much. This one, I could take it or leave it. I'm tried to get into chakras, but still haven't really gone there. They don't really do much for me. Nine of Water. Love this card. Very, very evocative. She's pretty. Is that her, like a self-portrait, I think? Is it? It looks a bit like her, doesn't it? Or am I wrong? Hard to say. But happy lady in the lavender fields is a very 9 of Pentacles. Very 9 of Pentacles, so I like that. 10 of Air. Oh, this is such a gorgeous card. Loving it. 10 of Fire. Yes. 10 of Water. I can tell that this deck is going to take some studying before I fully grasp what these cards are trying to say. This is such a lovely card. 10 of Earth. I really do like this. Is that a... What is that? It looks like there is something up ahead on the path. Like an animal or a dog. A dog is an animal, duh. But I mean, is it a deer or a dog? Or what is it? Do you see it? Don't know. Child of Air. She's so pretty. Oh, I like that. It's very nice. That's a really good one as Yeah, I like all the pages so far. Yes, 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 love it. Explorer. So we've got Explorer for the Knights. A bird watcher, it seems. Ornithologist. Explorer of Fire. Okay, so we've got a Fire Juggler for Knight of Wands. And then we've got Explorer of Water, a surfer dude. Explorer of Earth is a lovely card. He almost looks like a ghost. White heart. Guardian of Air, love this so much. Snowy owl in the background. A crystal single bowl. Guardian of Fire with the lynx and the moon. He's watching the fire. Works very well. Guardian of Water. She's really pretty. I actually got one of these shells like yesterday but it's a lot tinier. I found it at a flea market. Okay, Guardian of Earth. Pretty. Love this card. Little horsey over there. Elder of Air. Oh no, this is one of my favourite cards in the whole deck, I think. He's gorgeous. Elder of Fire. She's really good as well. Elder of Water. Oh, this. Look at the sky over here. And the sea otter. And the Elder of Earth. She's also... I really love that we get actually elderly people as the elders. Love it. Love it so much. Alright, I am going to get to trimming this straight away, I think. But I will not film my progress, partly because that would make this video so very, very long. And also partly because Dawn Michelle over at Boho Tarot has already made a really nice video on how she trimmed this deck. So, instead, I will just pop back on and show you the finished results in a little bit. Ta-da! I am so happy with the result. It took me about 2 or 3 hours. But that's only because it was a little bit of it was quite a hassle to trim this deck, if I'm being honest. And that is because the pictures were not on here straight, and neither were the backs. So I was umming and ahhing for a bit about whether to just cut it right down to the artwork or not, and I just ended up deciding that I can always trim it again if I find that I want the borders to be off completely. But I was nearly decided to basically cut all of the borders off, all down to the artwork, until I saw the Elder of Water card. There he is. when I saw the Elder of Water, I decided that I could not trim it, at least not straight away, down to just the artwork, and that is because I'm missing my pointer now. You see, it is little cutie pie here, this little otter. If I were to trim it down just to the artwork, then half of his face would go away. And yeah, I didn't quite want that. So I decided to go this route first with just keeping the white border. I did trim in to the white border quite a lot, and then I noticed that for some reason my guillotine was cutting wonky, so I had to go through each card, trimming, re-trimming about 3 times before I was happy with the outcome. And I'm really happy with how the fronts turned out, but the backs are all a hot mess in my opinion. Like this side doesn't have the white at all, and it's just, in most places you can see it's all wonky, and it bothered me quite a lot. Not that I'm going to be looking much at the backs, but it's the whole thing, you know, that's I'm really picky about for some reason. So at first I thought maybe I could take a Posca pen and like cover the sides, like draw a new border on, because it is very you know, you can see how it covers really well. However, I did a couple of tests, and because the cardstock is so glossy, it doesn't it doesn't go anywhere once it's dry, when you just rub like this. But if you take your, see if you will focus on my hand, if you take your nail and just rub a little bit, it just comes right off. So I don't know if it's gonna work, or if it's gonna, I'm trying to feel as well if it leaves like a texture on the cards. Ideally, I'd like some kind of a permanent marker for smooth surfaces, kind of something like this, but that's like an opaque white. I don't know if such a thing even exists. If it does, please let me know in the comments what you would recommend, because I was thinking about, like I said, redrawing a border around the edges on each card, just to cover up this mess down here. But anyway, with that said, I am really chuffed. I'm really happy about how this turned out, and don't even know if I'm gonna need the Llewellyn version now, even though it does look good. I've heard various things about it. Some people prefer it so much. I mean, I do prefer the titles on the Llewellyn version, although I've seen that there was a misprint on the Emperor card. It's supposed to say the Builder, but it says the Emperor. Here it is. But yeah, I am really happy. So let me know what you think about this trim in the description, or sorry, in the comments down below. And what do you think? Should I edge it? No? Don't know. Now the next thing is to work on a pouch for this lovely deck, and that will be fun, a fun little project as well. So I hope you liked this little walkthrough and modification video, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!